Maria sat in her favorite cafe, scrolling through her phone. Her old classmate Lena had just posted a photo. A new kitchen, big, bright, beautiful. The caption said, "My husband surprised me again." Maria put her phone down, looked at her coffee, and felt something uncomfortable in her chest. Maria was 32. She had her own small business. She made handmade candles and sold them online, and it was doing well. She earned enough to live comfortably. Her husband Tomas was 34 and worked as a groundskeeper at a primary school. He took care of the garden, fixed the fences, and kept the playground safe. He came home every day with dirt on his hands and a quiet smile. Tomas was a gentleman. He never got angry. He always listened. When Maria had a bad day, he sat with her, made her soup, rubbed her back, and said, "You are doing great, Maria. I believe in you." But Maria started to change, not suddenly, slowly. Every time she opened her phone, she saw someone's perfect life. A new car, a holiday in Bali, a diamond bracelet, a husband who owned a company. She started looking at Tomas differently. He wore the same brown jacket for 3 years, and he drove an old car that made strange sounds. He never bought her flowers from the expensive shop. He brought wildflowers from the school garden instead. She used to love those wildflowers. Now she did not know how to feel about them. One Saturday, a friend came to visit and asked, "What does Tomas do again?" Maria hesitated. She said, "He works at a school." She did not say he was a groundskeeper. She felt ashamed. Later that evening, Tomas was in the kitchen making dinner while Maria sat on the sofa. She looked at him and felt a strange distance between them. She did not say anything mean, but she did not say anything kind either. She just stayed quiet. The silence grew day after day, week after week. Maria stopped telling Tomas about her business, stopped asking about his day, and they lived in the same house, feeling far apart. One rainy Tuesday, Maria came home early. She expected the house to be empty, but she heard sounds from the garage. She opened the door slowly. Tomas was there, building a wooden table for her candles, using old wood but shaping it carefully. Beside him was a small box. Inside it was a receipt for the candle-making machine she had shown him on her phone 4 months ago. She had said, "I wish I could afford this one day." He had been saving for months. Maria stepped back, closed the door quietly, and sat on the stairs. Her hands were shaking because she felt something break inside her. The next morning, she wanted to talk to him. She wanted to say sorry. But Tomas left before she woke up. He did not come home at the usual time. 5 passed, 6, 7, 8. At 9 o'clock, her phone rang. A woman's voice said, "Are you Tomas Rivera's wife? He fell at work, a tree branch. He is at City Hospital. He is okay, but he hurt his arm." Maria drove faster than she ever had in her life. She ran through the hospital doors and found him in a small room. His right arm was in a cast. There was a small cut above his eyebrow, and he looked tired. But when he saw her, he smiled. "Maria, you do not need to worry. It is just my arm." She sat beside him and could not speak for a moment. Then she said, "Tomas, I saw the table in the garage." His smile faded. He looked away and said, "It is not finished yet. I wanted to surprise you for your birthday." "How long have you been building it?" "A few months," he said, "on weekends, and after work sometimes." "How many extra hours have you been working?" He did not answer. Then he said, "I do weekend jobs too, gardening for neighbors. I wanted to buy you that machine." Maria's eyes filled with tears. "You never told me," he said. "You were busy with your shop. I did not want to bother you." She held his good hand and pressed it against her face. "I am so sorry," she whispered. "I was looking at other people's lives, and I forgot to look at mine. I forgot to look at you." Tomas shook his head. "You do not need to say sorry. I just wanted to help. I know I do not earn much. I know I do not buy you big things. But I wanted to do something." She said, "Tomas, you already do everything." He looked at her. He did not understand. She said, "You make me feel safe. You make me feel loved. You remember everything I say. You pick wildflowers for me because you know I like them. You build me things with your hands. You work extra hours not for yourself, but for me." She cried because she finally saw him clearly. "You are not less than anyone, Tomas. You are more. You are so much more than I deserved. That night, Maria did not look at her phone once. She sat beside his hospital bed and watched him sleep. She looked at the cut above his eyebrow, the dirt still under his fingernails, the hands that built her a table, and the hands that held her when she cried. She thought about all the things she had wanted. A new kitchen, a better car, expensive gifts. None of it mattered. What mattered was this quiet, honest, hard-working man who never asked for anything, never complained, and loved her in the smallest ways every single day. When Tomas came home from the hospital, Maria had cooked his favorite meal. She put the wildflowers he always brought into a vase and placed them on the table he had built. She looked at him and said, "This is the most beautiful table I have ever seen." He smiled that quiet smile, and she promised herself she would never stop noticing it again. If this story touched your heart, please like, share, and subscribe, because sometimes the most valuable things in life are already right in front of us. We just need to open our eyes.